Hello, creepy friends. Today is day 25. Day 25, something spooky to you. And I had to really think about this one. I've actually heard a couple people say they were thinking too. And in one of my other videos, I mentioned that I might do something like taxes. That was kind of the idea. But I was trying to think. I was talking to family, and we were talking, what is spooky? Like, what do you consider spooky? Like, are taxes really spooky? They're more scary than spooky. So what does spooky, what gives you like chills? So the thing that I find spooky is, being watched or stalked, as I have been in the past. And so I thought maybe I could play off of that concept of, it's just spooky when someone is following you around and driving by your house and doing really strange things. If you've ever been stalked by someone, you would know. And so I decided to go with that as my theme. So let's see. I'm going to move that out of the way. Let's see what spooky. Oh, what? This is the spookiest thing I've ever seen. A creep in your window. And he's just like, hi. And you're like, get lost. You creep. So I decided to make a window. I love living out in the woods. I love living out in the middle of nowhere. My windows are open and you can't see in my house unless you're in my yard, in which case, shame on you in the first place. So there's no worry about anybody driving by and looking in my windows. But definitely when I lived in subdivisions, this worried me because of some of my past. So I decided to recreate that. So I made a curtain with a window, and, I used this kind of creepy guy who's just waving. And there you go. So my tarot for this one, another creepy thing, I decided to use the tarot, the world, because the world is creepy. So that is the tarot card that I used for things that are, spooky. Things that are spooky. This is spooky to me. How did I do that? I used a skewer, toothpick there, and I added a couple beads on the end to make the curtain rod. And then I just weaved through some of this gorgeous lace that I had just received in Happy Mail from Peggy at Craft Dream Stories. And it worked perfectly. It was wide enough. And then, so I created the curtains. And the card I covered with some black glitter paper, just kind of make a night sky. Because when I'm looking out my window at night here in my room, you can't see anything. It's pitch black. I'm out in the country. And so, it just kind of has this deep blackness to it. And I thought that kind of gave the illusion of the deep black. I also added a moon. There is a moon in there. Oops. Let me see if I can show it to you. There it is. The little, oh my goodness. Well, you can see it through the curtain. That big lace holes made it. So the little moon is in there. And then I just took strips of paper, scrap paper. The other side had a design on it, but it's not one I liked. So I just used the back, the white part, and I grunched it up with some ink to make the window frame. I added a little button. I popped the back off and made a little potted plant sitting by my window. And then I used some little butterfly beads for my curtain, little poles or curtain ties there. And the moon is looking through, and the little creepy guy is looking through, waving at you. Hi. I just want to know if you're home. Get away from me. So that is my something spooky to me. Tony, this is the spookiest thing that I think I've ever experienced, and being stalked. So I'm putting that in there. It's something very spooky to me. So there's my card. I showed the back. Yep, it was the world. Also a very spooky place. And that is that card. Let's cross that one off. Where is I've moved a few things. I've been working on my craft space. and a few other things, getting ready for Christmas. And so then kind of, here it is. Something spooky to you. That's what this is. Isn't he cute? I love him. Anyway. All right, so I hope everyone is having a really fun October. This is a collaboration or a little challenge that's hosted by Tony over at Tony's Magical Arts and Crafts. I'll put the information below. You can use ATC cards, tags, index cards. If you make 15 or more, you can be entered into a giveaway. I've donated something for the giveaway, a really cool doily and a little goodie bag. And so she'll have that to give away as well. And I don't know. I love it. Some days I'm struggling to come up with an idea, and I just wait. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not in a rush, you know? And so this gives me time to think about it and come up with something, you know, unique and funny and different. That's what I'm looking for. So there is my spooky card. Thanks for joining me and watching my fun little creations. I do have fun making them. And the information will be below if you are interested. Okay? Have a great... What day is today? Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday in my world. But I think this was supposed to be on Saturday. You see, I'm a little behind. But I'm getting there. All right. Bye.